right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Snafu Radio. I am your host, Ball Turd Gunner. Today's topic, we're going to talk a little bit about America thinking. We have lost a crucial and very vital aspect of being human, of humanity, if you will, and that's thinking for ourselves. We have pert near become an autonomous machine or autonomous, vehicle that we basically take what we see, read, that's broadcast on all, the news media. We read it on, websites, and we're told, and that's, through email bombs and everything. We take it for gospel. We take it that is the absolute. And we don't stop and ask questions about the content, the purpose, the motivation, the objective that's behind that particular piece, of media. And it's just in its general purpose. So, why is that being broadcast? Why is that being shared amongst everybody in their contact list? Years ago, I was at a workplace, and this is when email was really kind of the predominant form of communication. To contact multiple people, kind of thing. And you started getting all these email bombs. With just all kinds of stuff. That squirrels are eating cows in Nebraska, and that squid squid are attacking people on the dock, in Florida. Polar bears, is found to have a high content of vitamin C in their toenails, or whatever the content may be, and we have lost the ability to stop and to detoxify and to rationally think about the content that is being disposed. And disseminated by the news media, email, whatever source is used, and to ask questions about, okay, what is the content that is being displayed here? What is the content that is being disseminated? So, what is its purpose? What truth is there to it? What is the motivation or the objective behind whoever it may have originated the source of that particular content? What is their motivation for it? Do they just want to broadcast a bunch of BS, and because they want to be known, they want to be popular, they want to sit back and say, ha ha ha, look at me, I did that, and all you sheeple, ha, look at you, or is there actually a higher objective like indoctrination? That's really kind of where we're at. It's not really kind of where we're at. It's really where we are at today. In the last 4 to 6 years, is the indoctrination. Our school system has actually just tanked. It has absolutely just tanked to the deepest schlit pit that you could possibly imagine. The teachers, are not accountable. Teachers are not, sticking to the content. We've removed God and prayer, out of schools, because that was the Omo left. That was all the little sheeple, the Satanists, that wanted all that removed from schools, because, without God, guess what? Sin is present, right? So, but looking at the rationality of rational thinking, it is gone. I mean, people cannot go BM without doing a Google search first. But that's really how bad that some people are, that they don't know the steps. They have to do a Google search. Now, don't misconstrue the point of this. There is a lot of good media sources out there on the internet. There's a lot of good videos. There's a lot of good, websites that have, informative, and instructional, type, content. I've used, numerous times, with automotive panels and just other general, trying to figure out how to get, this interior, plastic panel out of the inside of a vehicle, or, take the dash apart. Hey, you find a video, somebody else has already done it. Cool. Guess what? It saves me from damaging something, right? And other informative websites that help instruct you. But we have really put ourselves in the position where we see, read, hear, and that's as far as we go. That's as far as we take our brains. We don't take our brains to the next step to say, oh, okay, here, given this particular equation here, let's break down all the different variables on it, and let's critique, let's detoxify each variable and find out the validity of it, and find out if the equation makes sense. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to and this is not designed. I'm not saying that we need to go and start some type of revolutionary coalition or martyr or conspiracy or whatever. So we're questioning everybody's authority. No. But because of what has happened and transpired over the last, a good 6 years, even longer, but really a good 6 strong years now, we do need to stop and question the content, the information that is being, provided, disseminated, to us by, especially municipalities, counties, states, and even our federal government. I think that we are on the upturn with President Trump getting back into office. I think we are on the upturn. He has already dropped the gallows poles on the immigration. He's already put troops down at the border to stop the influx, and he's already starting to round up the gangs and all the illegals. It's going to be quite a task, but getting rid of the waste in our federal government is first and foremost to get our country back, so that we the people can strive, so that we can live, we can provide for our families, and we can enjoy the things that we labor for. But what we have also lost is that rational thinking. I've had numerous conversations with people over the years where, and I've encountered a handful of the homo leftist, type, feminazi, type, people, for the indoctrination, for whatever agency, their propaganda. So it's not necessarily that person that I'm saying that is ignorant. It's because that they are ignorant because they have been lied to and deceived. Okay, they have been indoctrinated, by these other sources that they somehow decided that that was the truth. So if we can help those people, then great. If not, then only Jesus is going to be able to help them. Okay, but we do need to stop. We need to stop whatever information that is provided and presented to us. We need to stop and detoxify. We need to critique. We need to break down the elements of the information. My dad said years ago that you got to look at the news, because what they're not disclosing is, it's the 20%-ish, 20, 30-ish percent, of the information that is pertinent. That is the pertinent information that you need to know. The other 70-80% is what they want you to know. That's the awe factor. That's what's going to capture the audience. That's what's going, that's what's going to serve their purpose, for viewers. Okay, so we do need to detoxify information. We need to stop, and ask questions about the information provided for us. And part of what happens in life, and that's just the way that life goes, is that you see the event where somebody's hitting somebody else, or they're tearing up this attacking this store manager or something, and that's just because that's how it happens, right? You go in and then it starts, and they'll get my phone out and I start recording. I've missed the first 30 seconds to the first couple of minutes of the preamble that led up to that. Okay. So all that the media and all that the population sees is this person hitting the other one or shoving them or whatever the case may be. So, but we need to break that down. So, the content that I'm going to provide in upcoming episodes here, we are going to get deeper into some of that stuff. We are going to get deeper into analyzing and detoxifying some of the content, and it is going to be controversial. There's going to be some controversial content that comes about. So, but anyway, okay. So we need to take time to to learn. If we don't know, if we're not educated enough on particular topics, home repair, gardening, automotive repair, preventative maintenance, whatever that it may be, take the time to educate yourself. Take your time to find a good source, educate yourself, but mostly take the time, to question, on the content that is being provided to you, especially when we're talking about, our local, our government, system. When they present something and say that we need this, need to spend the money, $600 trillion, on these 700, ballparks, and well, why? Why do we need those ballparks? Is there really that many people, that are demanding that the city, develop, these 700 ballparks? Who's going to pay for it? Who's going to maintain it? All that good stuff. Okay. So, but mostly spend the time, with your children. So get educated on a topic. Spend it with your spouse. Spend it with your children. The later topic, driving. But take time to help educate your children. About a vehicle. About vehicle maintenance. About blind spots and others. But stop taking the information, as gospel, and start questioning it. Say, okay, well, I think that it is, that this is valid. That I have done my due diligence and not far enough, to valid. But if you are confronted by somebody, somebody who is the opposition, who has the opposite opinion of you, don't just shut them down. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to their perspective. And then ask them questions about it. You can ask them questions relative, to your perspective, and say, yeah, but don't you think that, if here in the video at such and such time, that you see this right here, doesn't that look a little odd to you? Okay, don't just shut them down. That's the problem. That's the problem with the Omo leftists, is that they just want to shut everybody down. They want to silence everybody, and we can't tolerate that anymore in America. Okay. We have to become educated, and we have to detoxify the information and content that is being disseminated, within our country. So, okay, that's all. I want to wrap it up with that. So, I am Ball Turret Gunner. This is Snafu Radio, 1943 kilohertz on the AM channel, and I will catch you on the next ICT.